Hi everyone, back again with Google Hobby, and in this video we're going to be unboxing and review a Figuarts figure of Bone Forger with Anya from Spy Family. I want to apologize for the lack of uploading lately because I just recovered from my sickness, but I haven't fully recovered yet, so if my voice sounded a bit weird, it's because I haven't recovered from my sickness yet, so please do mind me about that. But we're going to take a look at these two figures in this video, which I pre-ordered from ANYA for the price of 7,920 yen. Let's take a look at this Figuarts figure of Bone Forger with Anya. For the figure box, I would say it is still quite standard for a Figuarts from Spy Family series. In terms of color and shape, it is still quite similar like other figure boxes of Spy Family Figuarts series. So for this Bone figure, I do find it personally quite interesting because I don't really own a lot of animal figure with articulation like this Bone figure, so I'm quite looking forward to it. So these are all the parts that are included with this Bone Forger with Anya figure. For the instruction, the two instruction is located on the each side of the inside packaging, and the instruction I would say it is still quite simple and straightforward. Probably just give it a quick look, but I don't think you find it any difficult to swap the parts, and the parts itself are not that many, so you won't find it hard as well to distinguish each part that come with this figure. As for the articulation, I do find it quite nice. As I stated before, I don't own any figure of animal with this kind of articulation, so I do find this articulation for Bone Forger figure is quite nice. There are articulation on the head, on the forelegs, and also the tail, and even though the body itself doesn't have any articulation, I think it's enough articulation for the figure. Oh, and also the paw can be moved slightly, but I forgot to show it here. So overall, in terms of articulation, I would say that it's quite satisfied already with what we got with this Bone figure. And for the tail, it looks maybe a bit janky here, but it's not really like that. It's just because it's a new figure, so it's bound to be like that. For the Anya figure itself, I would say it is still quite standard for a Figuarts figure. Maybe there are more articulation on the legs because this figure of Anya can be positioned to right in the back of Bone, so that's the only difference. And for the mouth, you can close it and open it slightly, and I think it's quite nice as well. For the appearance, I would say I'm quite satisfied as well with the appearance. If you see here, the overall look looks good. The fur itself, even though the detail is just decent, it's not that ultra detailed, but I think the overall look of the fur looks good. And the color of the Bone figure and the paw looks good as well. And also we got the bow tie here. So in terms of appearance, it looks good, and it looks similar with Bone Forger that we see in the series as well. So I'm quite satisfied with the overall look for this Bone figure. As for this Anya figure, I would say the appearance is just as good as the other version of Figuarts ANYA FORGER figure. The difference is that she's in the sitting down position. Aside from that, he looks just as good as the other version of Figuarts ANYA FORGER. These are the two back legs of Bone Forger. When we create a post later, I will show how to swap these parts in, but I would say it's not that hard to swap these parts, and it looks quite nice as well. For the extra hand parts for Anya, we got 3 pairs, even though it's not that many. I would say because we can swap with the other hand parts of the other version of Figuarts Anya, I would say 3 pairs are alright. And this is the stand and the base, so for certain position where you need to support the weight of Bone, you can use the stand and the base. We are going to create 2 different poses for this video. The first one, I will pose both of them like sitting down on the floor. I'm going to swap both of the hand parts of Anya here, but of course you don't really need to, but I'm just going to show you how to swap the hand parts. And for the next one, we are going to swap both of the back legs of Bone. This is because the extra legs that we got is for the sitting down position for Bone. As you can see, the shape are different with the ones that we just removed. So these ones are for the sitting down pose. And as you can see, to swap the legs and to attach it to the figure are not complicated at all. So It is quite easy and straightforward. Next, we can adjust the pose like the tail and all of the legs, so it can be sit down like this, and I would say it's quite simple and straightforward to create different poses with these two figures. I think it's quite nice in terms of posing the figure. For the second pose, I'm going to attach back these legs. I'm going to make the pose where Anya is riding on the back of Bon. I don't think there's any fixed pose and fixed position for sitting, placing Anya sitting down on the back of Bon. You just need to find the right pose and position. And I always also show how to use the base and stand. In certain position, like you want to pose Bone Forger like running or walking, you can use the stand and base to support the weight of the figure, and you can place Anya on top of Bone as well with the stand. And we have created two different poses for Figuarts Bone Forger with Anya figure. For size comparison, first it's with this version of Figuarts Anya Forger, next is with the uniform version, after that is with Figuarts Your Forger, mother of the Forger family version, and lastly with Figuarts Lloyd Forger. Okay, we are done with the unboxing. Now let's get into the review for this Figuarts Bone Forger with Anya figure. I would say I'm quite satisfied with how the figure turns out, especially for Bone. In terms of appearance, I would say I'm quite satisfied with it. The overall look is good, the expression on the face is good, and there's bow tie as well, and the overall color for Bone looks good. As for Anya, I would say she looks just as good as the other version of Figuarts Anya, so I'm quite satisfied as well. For articulation, for the Anya figure, it's good, especially for the legs to place her on top of Bone and sitting down position as well. As for Bone, I'm quite satisfied with the articulation. We got articulation on the head, the legs, and the tail. I would say this is quite nice. So even though it doesn't come with a lot of extra parts, I would say the main attraction for this figure are in the figures. So I'm quite satisfied with how this figure turns out. So I'm quite liking it. So if you like the character of Bone Forger and Anya Forger, and if you like Spy Family, I would say this Bone Forger with Anya figure is recommended for you. Okay, we are done with the unboxing and review for this Bone Forger with Anya figure. Let me know what you think of how the Bone figure turns out. Do you like how it looks? Do you like the articulation that comes with the figure? Let me know down in the comment. For the next video, I'm going to be unboxing and review another Figuarts figure from Spy Family series. This time is the friend of Anya, Figuarts Damien Desmond. Please wait for the next video. If you want to support me, please consider to like and share the video, enable notification, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.